All right, starting over here on the door, we'll just go left from right. Of course, you got your D-pad just for your left and right mirrors, of course. So you flip it over to the left, and then you can adjust your left mirror, of course. But if you see that symbol right there, that means your driver door is auto up and auto down. The rest of the windows, you just have to hold the button. And then right here, they did finally change it where window and child locks is a button. So if you have that little light on, then that means the windows and the kids in the rear can't get out. Going over here to the dash, you do have your traction control. You'll probably never touch that button, but just in case, it's right there. And then you do have a brightness adjustment right here. So this big old screen, that 30-inch screen, this is how you adjust it. It's on the max. It's really not that bright, but you can adjust it if you want. Of course, right here on the lights, it's on auto, and then if you look right here, it's even got the word auto if you press forward too, so that's for your high beams. So if there's a light that's coming directly at you, someone driving in your direction, then it'll automatically turn your brights off and then flip them back on whenever they're out of view. Then the steering wheel, pretty straightforward. Android versus Apple. I believe you said you were an Apple user, so once you get your Apple CarPlay hooked up, instead of using the generic robotic Kia voice commands, and you can actually look at those commands if you hit this button. I'm not connected, but you can actually hit the word commands right here at the top of the screen, and it tells you what you can do. So it's got a lot of different stuff, but it's not recognizing my voice because I haven't really set it up. It's really not that hard though. Your Apple CarPlay though will use your Siri, so that's the reason why I'm talking about that. Mode, all this does is just switches between specific radio modes, so FM, AM, stuff like that. Looks like the customer never set it up whenever they were in a loaner, because this is a loaner, 7,000 miles, and no one ever set that button up, so it's not doing nothing. Right here though, volume up and down, mute, so you don't have to touch the actual controls over there. You can turn your radio or what have you, phone calls, all that. Now I do want to specify all of your volume is based on each source. So the volume of your Sirius XM, it could be at 2, but if you flip over to your Bluetooth audio, it'll remember your last Bluetooth audio volume, which could be at 20. So you could go a little bit higher, a little bit lower. Answer phone calls, and then this is a favorites button. So if I tap that, I'm holding it because it looks like someone already set that one up. They made it their home button. So home button is literally just this. This is your home. So if I hold this, it makes more sense to me personally. It's on the steering wheel right next to answer, so that should be hang up, but that's just my opinion. But you have all of these options to customize it, so it's entirely up to you. So, but yeah, reject call. I'm gonna flip it to that just because it makes more sense in my opinion. But that's all these buttons over here. Then going over here, this is your menu button. If you look right there, you got your gas right there. That's 96 till empty. You'll notice your lane assist is right there. And then you even have a speed limit sign. And then that auto engine shut off. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But if you look right here where it says P and the gas, I'm gonna hit this button right here. It's actually physically moving across the top, and it's giving you 4 sub menus you can look within, and then you use this arrow up and down to look at more information. And the only way you'll know if it has more information if it's got that white dot to the right of it. So on this screen, there's nothing. It's literally just a compass. This one, it's nothing but the safety features. So it's like a bigger lane assist. You'll actually see the light, the white lines light up a little bit more when it's actively working, but you'll also see your blind spot sensors on either side of that car. So it'll actually show a little red symbol whenever you are driving it. So let's go ahead and zoom back out here. All right, we talked about the menu button. Typically people keep it on this screen or something similar. Cruise control with the Kia though, you do have adaptive cruise control. So that's the feature where it'll slow you down a specific distance if there's a car in front of you using this camera right here that's staring at the road. So I don't really like to use this much unless it's on the first or second level, because the third and fourth, they're just way too far away. You're going to be slowing down all the time. But going back to the cruise control with Kia, all you have to do is get up to speed. So if you're at 75, you literally just hit the button. We're not driving, so it didn't set it. And of course, you can adjust the cruise control, pause it, restart it, increase the speed by 1, decrease it by 1. There's not intervals, it's just 1 mile per hour increase. And then this is probably the most important feature I want to talk about, because this is 2 features in 1 button. Looking on the dash, I already told you where that lane assist symbol is, right? It's just right above that speed limit sign. My finger keeps on making my camera focus wrong, sorry about that. But that little camera, it's doing a lot, but it's also going to do one other thing. So the lane assist pretty much just helps you stay in the road, and when that little one is green right above the speed limit sign, it means it's actively working. Typically over 40 miles an hour is when it turns green, and then it's actively keeping you in the road. It's lane assist, so it's not the best, or in the sense of just driving for you. But if you tap this button, then you have that little steering wheel. That little steering wheel right there, right by the speed limit sign, is Kia's Highway Drive Assistance. So it's in the name, highway. We don't want you using it for the city. All you do is tap it to turn it on and off, and it is a great feature. I went to Memphis and back using 2 fingers, and it did all the micro steering for me on the interstate. So I really do like it, but it is not a Tesla. It is not legal self-driving. Do not take your hands off the wheel, but it does work very, very well. Now, if you want to turn that feature on and off, you literally just tap this button. But your lane assist, like I said, this is 2 features in 1 button. You hold it for your lane assist. So if you can't stand that feature, then you turn it off. And now you know how to turn that off and on. And you just let me know if you have any other questions about that. You do have the wipers, of course. As you can see, you got a front and rear wiper. You literally just twist the end of the knob right here to do your rear. And then you have the intervals for the first section. If you go to lower high, the intervals do not matter. All right, let's go ahead and do these buttons right here. You got Eco, Sport, Smart, Snow. This is the all-wheel drive. I think you got the front-wheel drive, so you won't have the snow mode, but it was $2,000 less. So, heated seats, of course, wireless phone charger. You'll notice your phone will not charge in this charger if you have a magnet case or the door is open, funny enough. Pop sockets kind of interfere with it too. So pretty much just a normal phone case, and keep your door shut, and it can use the wireless phone charger. And then you'll also notice right here, you have data transfer and charging on your cord. So you see the lines, it has an option, so you press this as a button. So if you just want to charge your phone, you click right here. But if you want to be able to transfer your phone's data, kind of like your Apple CarPlay and stuff, then you can do it through the cord instead. But this one's wireless Apple CarPlay, so we don't really need to worry about that. All you have to do, you can hit the phone button, and I kid you not, it pops right up, and you can choose it. This one's been used a few different times because of it being a service loaner. So you just go to settings, and all you have to do is just delete all these other ones that are on your car, if there is any. Delete them all, and then just hit add new, and then you can follow those steps on your phone, and then your Apple CarPlay should be instantaneous. I kid you not, it should literally just pop up on the screen ready to go. And then with a lot of these features, everything has to be up to date. If it's not up to date, then it's not going to work correctly. Now, this feature right here is a government feature. This is not Kia mandated. GMC's, Dodge, Ford, I mean, every brand has this feature. This is that auto stop start feature where your engine cuts off on you when you're at a stoplight, stop sign. Your Dodge may have had it, maybe not, but if you can't stand that feature like the majority of America, you literally just tap that button and your engine stays on. So typically what I'll do whenever I turn the car on immediately, I'll literally put my foot on the brake, start it, and then I hit that button. It's just a double push start. That's the way I look at it. Auto hold, all it does is hold your brake for you while you're in drive. I'm just gonna go ahead and show it to you, but the word auto hold will literally pop up on the screen right above the temperature right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and just shift to drive just to show you. We're in drive, you see the D. My foot's completely off the brake now. So how do you go forward? You literally just hit the gas and then you hit the brake again and it's holding your brake for you again. The reason why you would use that, fast food drive-thrus, bumper to bumper traffic, and in general, if you just don't want to sit there with your foot on the brake, that's there for you. Downhill brake assist, hopefully you'll never need to use that, but that's just for the back roads, say steep grade ahead, stuff like that, bad weather and all that. Your emergency brake right here. So if you pull, you put your foot on the brake right there and you pull it, it sets your emergency brake. But if I shift to drive, it turns it off. So you only ever have to set it. You do not have to unset it. That's one really nice feature. Parking sensors, this is your beeping and stuff like that. The only real reason you would turn this off is for like a car wash or if you were towing something. Granted, tow hitches are not standard, but if you do get one, that's what that's there for you. Right here, this is your backup camera. You'll notice it says the word P, so that is actually meant for park. So you can't turn this on while you're driving, but you can turn it on under 10 miles an hour. And me and my wife on our Sorento, we actually make sure that we're pulled all the way into our garage. Typically, if we can see the red and we can see our garage door cameras that are making sure that nothing's blocking the laser, that's usually when we know we're all the way in. But every garage is a little bit different. I think that's pretty much it on all of these buttons down here. The drive modes are pretty self-explanatory. They do exactly what they say. Besides smart, a lot of people do ask about this one. All it does is literally flip between eco and sport. It gives you power when you need it, but most of the time it's just trying to save gas. That's literally all it's trying to do. So let me go and turn this camera back off. As you can see, the screen is very touch sensitive. You got to think it's just like a phone, just like a tablet, so you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to jab it, don't have to, nothing like that. You can swipe down, you can adjust the navigation guidance, you can turn the display off, you can change the brightness and everything literally just right there. And you even have quiet mode where it projects all the sound to the front of the vehicle if there's someone sleeping in the back. Now, the final thing I want to go over is this right here. As you notice, the camera is catching it, but it's flickering because this is an actual screen right here too. So if I show you, right now it's on the radio controls. So it's really not that hard to get used to, but it is new. That's why I want to specify all about it. So you literally notice volume, power. So if I turn this on or off, that means I'm turning the radio on or off. But if I hit this button right here, now it's your AC controls, and now I'm turning the AC off if I touch that knob. So these 4 buttons don't ever change though, so you could literally just use auto climate and just keep it on your radio controls if you want. It's entirely up to you, but all you have to do is just literally hit right here. It flips back and forth. Super interactive. It's not hard to get used to. But you got your home button, map search, you got your track, but even on this knob changes what it does too. So you can actually use this to tune instead of using these little buttons, because this is way faster. But if you hit right here, this knob even changes what it does in its temperature control now. So I just want you to make sure you know all about that. And then, actually, I think I'm pretty much covering everything. The one thing that I will have to get set up, and that's actually what I was just trying to show you, is the Kia Connect. You'll actually go onto your app store and you'll download Kia Access. And with Kia Access, you have to create your account, type in the VIN number, and once you do that, you're able to remote start your car from your phone. You're able to do a bunch of different things. So if you have any questions, definitely give me a shout. I hope you enjoy the vehicle, but these Sorentos, they're very popular. They're doing very, very well. So I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day. Enjoy your trip.